Hi everyone, Lydia here in the USG Sheetrock brand studio, and today I'm going to show you how to do a California patch. So let's get started. So California patches are very common. I think they have a lot of different names depending on where you are, what's popular in your area, whatever you call it, but we call this a California patch here. So I have a hole in my wall back here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to square it up first, and then I'm going to get a piece of scrap drywall board and then make a patch to fit in the hole. So I got it kind of squared up with my jab saw. I don't honestly love jab saws all the time. They're a little jaggedy, a little jabby, but they kind of work with getting it started. So I'm going to take my razor blade, my razor knife here, just kind of get it squared up a little bit more. And I know it sounds backwards to take a round hole, make it square and make it bigger, but we do need it to be square for this patch. I'm actually going to bevel the board back just a touch. I want to make sure I have this as square as possible, and it'll make sense why in just a minute. Okay. All right, so it's squared up for the most part. These patches, California patches, are really good for where you've had electrical boxes moved, because those are just square to begin with. You can do it with round holes too. Any kind of a big hole where you really need to get some backing in there and you need to get something there to fill the hole, the California patch is a great option. So I have a piece of scrap drywall board. I'm going to grab that and then we're going to measure out the patch. So we want our piece of drywall board to be a little bit bigger than our patch. I'm going to go ahead and measure out my width here. Try and keep it as straight as possible. And then I'm going to come over to the side and get the height. And I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to just kind of measure out. Go about right there. We can go a little bit smaller than the patch. It's not going to be a bad thing, because what we're going to do is this square right here that we just measured out is going to go in that hole. So you can go a little bit smaller. I kind of tend to do that, and then I'll kind of shave it down as I go. Okay, so now that my board is scored, I didn't go all the way through the drywall board. Oh, and really important. This is 1/2 inch because I have 1/2 inch on the wall. If you have 5/8, you're going to need to use 5/8, quarter, whatever size drywall board is installed. That's really important, because if I go and put a piece of 5/8 in there, it's going to be all bulgy and weird. So I'm going to take it, snap it, keeping the paper face intact, because I want my paper face for this patch. And then I'm going to take my drywall. I always have a hard time getting this off cleanly. Likes to rip, but I'm going to try and leave as much paper face as possible while removing the drywall, the excess drywall. Same thing on this side. You can take some finessing. I want to leave as much paper as I can, taking off all the extra drywall board. Come on this side, do the same thing. Just kind of gently peel that off. Same thing on this side. Ooh, that was a good one. Look at all that. That was perfect. Okay. Now the reason we want the paper is because the paper is what's going to be holding this piece of drywall in. So this paper is going to be on the outside, and this chunk of drywall is going to go in the hole. So I'm just going to square this paper up a little bit. I don't need a ton of it. I want enough that I can get it taped in there, but I don't need like inches and inches of paper. Okay. Great. So this is what we're looking for right here. Our piece of drywall, our paper face, and then it's going to go into our hole. And this is when you kind of like have to work with it a little bit. I mean, you can absolutely get out a T-square, level, laser, I don't know, whatever you want to do. I just kind of work with it and make it fit. But you can absolutely get more particular with it. Let's see if it'll fit now. Close. Where are we? Okay, there we go. Actually, might shave it down just a touch on the top up there. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that patch to fit in there. It's gonna fit down nicely. And then I'm gonna put mud around this, and then the paper is gonna get the drywall patch to stay. I mean, if you really wanna be particular about it, I'm just kind of like whatever about this, because that's what I would do on site. I'm not gonna go to my car, get my T-square, measure everything out, have a ruler. So you can absolutely kind of just get it close. Or you can be really particular if you feel like it, but we're just going with the get it close today. So I'm gonna go grab my mud. I am using taping mud because I want it to stick and tape down to the paper. You can use hot mud, easy sand, Durabond, any of those are fine too when it comes to doing these patches. So I have my patch, I have my compound, I'm using taping mud. So now I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna shove it around the outside of the patch. Doesn't have to look pretty. We definitely wanna make sure we have enough on there. And then I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna do the same thing on my patch. So throw all that mud on there, all over the patch. It's gonna be a little messy, it's okay. You can try and keep it as least messy as possible, but it's drywall, it's just messy. Kind of is fun though, it's like decorating a cake. Like playing with mud when you were a kid. Okay, so I have it around the entire patch here. It's all over that drywall board, it's all on my paper face, and then that is also mudded. So now we're gonna take the patch, and we're gonna throw it in the hole. Maybe, if I can get it lined up. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and push it in there. I don't wanna push too far, because if I push too far, the patch will fall through the hole. So we don't want it to fall through the hole, but we do want it to be, pushed in and inset just a touch, so that we do have something to fill and it's not proud of the drywall board that's there. And then I'm gonna take my knife and I'm gonna wipe down this paper face. It can get a little wrinkly. If it gets wrinkled, just kind of lie it down. The paper face is pretty thin on the drywall, so it can absolutely kind of wrinkle and bunch up on you, but it's not a big deal. Now, what is a big deal is if this patch is bulged, because the whole point of this is to get it to sit in there and also be able to cover. So if this part right here is like really bulgy, or you're going to coat it and you're like, oh man, it's like super humped, wipe tighter. You can like kind of push that in there just a little bit more if you feel like it's sticking out a little too much. That is what we're looking for. So I'm gonna let the patch dry. It's really important to not start coating things, especially when they're wet, because if I start pushing on this really hard, it can cause the patch to move, fall backwards down through the drywall, can cause all sorts of problems. So I let it completely dry. I know it doesn't look super pretty. Whenever I'm patching with this, I'm always like, oh God, that looks awful. But it always turns out perfect. So, get it in there, get it set correctly, make sure there's no wrinkles, have it pushed back just a little bit so you have some space to work with and not hump out your patch. And once it's dry, then you can coat it and then you can get it to feather back into your wall. That is it for me this week. You can check me out on all the social media platforms under Drywall Shorty, and I will catch you back next week with a brand new video on The Build Show.